Hi, my name is Katrina, and this channel is dedicated to ending the shame and the stigma surrounding mental health. I can remember being a little girl, like 10 years old, 11 years old, and being in a therapist's office with my entire family, and just the entire time staring at a point on the floor, refusing to speak, refusing to look at the guy, because I was just so embarrassed for being there and just humiliated of like what people would think and like what this even meant. And it's interesting because the therapist at the time told my family, the one member of the family, that he wanted to come back with me. And my parents both laughed because she's the most normal one in the family. So yeah, that was just my upbringing. It was like there was no such thing as not being normal. People who were not were weak. Um, we just weren't allowed to have any problems, I don't think. And I really think that that was kind of that generation and the thinking of that generation. And I feel like this generation is just a whole new scene and a whole new vibe. And I feel like there are so many people who are dedicated to just breaking the stigma and just breaking the shame and just needing to be heard. And I really agree with this movement, just knowing my past and how many things could have been prevented if it would have been accepted that, one of our kids needs help. One of our kids, this is different, that's different. Why didn't anyone see this? Why didn't anyone see that? And just growing up and just feeling like it was normal to be sad all the time, and like it was normal to think this way. And it's weird. That you think different, and that there's something there, but if you have no support, it's just a coping mechanism until your life crumbles around you. And that has been my experience. And so 3 years later, kind of coming out of the ashes of that, I just felt the need to just kind of share my experiences with mental health in hopes that no one else has to live in shame or in ignorance the way that I have. So hopefully I'm gonna learn to edit. That was my kitty cat. Oh, and the other thing that I kind of wanted to like touch on was, I feel like we are in a society of labeling, and I feel like everything is given to just these labels, and I feel like just so much power is given to them. And that was another issue that I had, was I felt like, I'm 2 or 3 of this, but I'm not all of it, so I must not be that. Or, I fit this a little bit, but like not really. I just think there's a huge problem with giving so much. While I think labels can be helpful, I think there's also the issue of giving them too much power, and there being a lot of people who need serious help, but who are just going unnoticed and unhelped because of, maybe they feel like they don't fit anywhere. So I also wanted to kind of like take the lid off of that and just kind of challenge the system, and challenge that whole idea of labels altogether. Like, how helpful are they really? Are we just medicating people, and are we just doing following steps under the label to help them, or are we meeting their individual needs? So that is also the goal of this channel. And now I'm like really distracted because I'm tired as hell, and my cat is in here. So I think that will be all for this video. Thanks so much.